Hello. Hello and welcome to this video. In this video, we will re-record the fifth video of strings in Python 3. I have not discussed integers and floats in great detail. The reason is that it's a general introduction, and if you see in this video series, till here we have covered the language. That is up to 33 videos. And then I have started discussing standard library. And standard library contains the discussion of int, float, and strings somewhere around 10th or 15th, something like that. In those videos, I have covered that. What I will do is I'll watch these and I'll rename the videos appropriately. This part one, part two does not help. So right now we are doing the difflib standard library. It is done. Next is textstrap library. So if you want, then you can go ahead and watch the standard library videos in great detail. Now, one more thing is that this video, keywords and operators, there will be one more video before this, because I have not discussed operators in great detail in this video. So one more video will be there. So all in all, strings will be done today, then list, dictionaries part 2, sets. So 4 plus 5 more videos after this will be recorded, and the operators video will be put before this one. Okay. Now, if you want to know all the gory details of Python language, what you can do is you can come here to the documentation docs.python.org and go to language reference, and you can go ahead and read this. It is very useful, but a lot of it won't make sense to you if you are new to programming. Okay. So you might need someone's help, some YouTube channel help, or maybe some mentor help. Don't worry, I'll discuss a lot of this in great detail. For example, what I'll tell you, I'll discuss in great detail expressions and statements, expression statements and compound statements. These I will discuss completely. And some portion of this I have already told, like when I said identifier name about alphanumeric strings, I did not include the details of non-ASCII characters in name because that is a very complicated topic for a beginners. So this point was omitted. Only first three I talked about. Okay. I have not yet shown the keywords and all, but slowly we will get there. All right. Now let's continue with today's video. So to run the today's video, you need BPython, okay? It will work without Python, BPython as well. BPython is just, it makes things easy. If you're Windows, then I don't think BPython works on Windows. It gives an error to me that a library package with term iOS is missing. It might work on WSL or Docker, but natively, I doubt it will work. So let's run. There will be some way to make it work, but I don't know because I don't work a lot on Windows. So there are some things I want to talk about first. Now, as you know, if you're coming from earlier programming experience, because most probably in college you have studied C programming as your first language, particularly in India. And other universities you might have studied some other language other than Python. Some universities teach Java. So suppose I have a function called ID, and it tells me the address of some value. So if I take the address of 1, it gives me this. That is the address of 1. It gives you address of 2. If you do it in C, it won't work. Okay? It just wouldn't work in C. The reason is a literal, you can't take address of a literal in C programming, but Python stores these values at certain places. Okay? Now, one more thing is that suppose we say x is equal to 1, and if invoke ID on x, then it will give the same address. So this address and this address are same. Suppose you do y is equal to 1 and you do ID y, that will also give you the same address. That means any value which will, which will have the value of a integer type, it will go at these addresses. So I don't know exact upper limit, but I believe for a lot of values, the address would be there. Now, you would say that a 64-bit number is up to 16 exabytes. So, but my system has only 8 GB and 64 GB, 16 GB RAM. How can I have address for up to exabyte variables? So the thing is, this is the virtual memory address. It is not the real memory address. The operating system maps the virtual memory address and physical memory address while executing. It does a translation of that. See, this problem, it's not the first time that has come to my mind now. It's not the first time that it will come to your mind. The operating system programmers know that this problem will come actually. That how do you get address of such numbers? So that's why the virtual memory map is there, which can extend up to 16 exabytes. Although when it will be translated back to the code, it will translate back to the only 8 GB or 16 GB, however RAM we have, only till that address it will map. So this address is not a real physical address. Okay, that is one thing. The second thing I want to talk about, there is something called hashability. Now, a value is hashable only if it is immutable, that is, it cannot be changed. And it has great importance because dictionary keys should be hashable. Okay, that is the prerequisite of being a dictionary. I just wanted to talk about that. So dictionary information is extra. Now we have to talk about string. So what is a string in Python? So string is basically, suppose anything in single quotes and double quotes is a string. Okay, this is a string. And so let's say something within double quotes. Okay, this is a string. So the natural question which can come is, how can I have single quote within single quotes? Because there will be a pair. So suppose you have a string hello world. Okay, and it is surrounded within single quote. Now if you put a single quote in between, it will cause problem. Okay, you'll see what problem is there. Unterminated string literal. So what you need to do is you need to give a backslash, you need to escape it. Okay, same behavior is there for double quotes. So you need to escape the double quote for the string. Okay, that is two things. Now strings are immutable, integers and float literals are immutable, and tuples are mutable. Frozen sets are immutable. That is, once they are constructed, you cannot change their value. So suppose we have x is equal to hello. Okay, and if we look at id of x, you'll see this is this address, and then we say hello plus world. So this will be altogether a different string. It is print x, it prints hello world. Okay, and if you see idx, the address is different. That means this x is not same as this x. It goes to a different address altogether. A new string is created because string like hello are immutable. Once you have created it, you cannot change it. There is no way. If you add characters at the end or beginning or in between or delete some characters, it will create a brand new string. Okay, so that you have to keep in mind about strings. Now there is a third type of string which is called a doc string that comes with triple quotes, and so you type it is multi-line. Okay, it is multi-line, and then you end it with triple quotes. So you see the entire string has come as that, and this backslash n signifies the carriage return, not carriage return, line feed. Not really line feed, it is CRLF. So it is line feed. Yeah, it is line feed. Okay, because carriage return is backslash r and backslash n is line feed. So backslash n characters have come in the string. Now, what is the useful of doc string? That is what I would like to talk about first. What is the useful of doc string? So suppose I have a function defs. Okay, and the first thing I do is I define a doc string and I say help on function f. Okay, and then I terminate this type string, and I actually don't do anything within the function. I just say pass. So the function is at the moment defined. Now if we invoke help on this f, you will see what output comes. Help on function f. So that is the very purpose of docstring, mostly to create what you call create help help text. Okay. Now the second use of this is let me hit the Emacs. We'll see. Suppose we say Python videos, Python 3 programming, and basics.py. Suppose here I have two variables, name Alice, age 25, and then I print hello Alice, you're present 80 years old. So this is the format string, don't worry much about it. Now suppose I want to comment these three lines in one go. Okay, so for example, if let's go to that folder and we run this program, Python space basics.py. What was the file name? Basics.py. Is it not saved? Okay, I have not printed this. Print message. So it prints that. Hello Alice, you are 25 years old. Now if you want to comment this, then multi-line commenting is done by triple strings. So you convert it into a triple quoted string. And there you go. It is gone from the output. Now there are certain rules about multi-line stuff. Okay. One thing is that normally single quoted or double quoted strings cannot be multi-line, but there is a way. That is the explicit line breaks. You can always say something like this, hello, and then world. Okay, you can do this. So it is now split into two lines with an explicit line joining character. And then if you say print X, and then we run this, and you says hello world. So see, it is the space over here is preserved, and the rule is that after this backslash there should not be anything on this line. Okay, let's try putting something there. Now as we see, there is a problem. The red has come. It says unterminated string literal detected at line 34. So you can't have anything after the end of backslash. You cannot even space. Space will also cause problem. You are not allowed to have anything after the backslash. If you want a space, give here. So that is what about the multi-line characters, multi-line strings is there. Now let's go and explore this type of character X. We want to know the class name, what class it is coming from. If you run this, it tells you class str. Now we can get help of the str class here, right here. So let's comment this out using triple quoted strings. And oops, this. We want help on this str class. So we have got this. Now there are things like underscore, add underscore. So these methods are operator overloaded methods. Most of these are, not all. Many of them are operator overloading. Add, this is for in, this is for equality, this is for format, that is the percentage message we saw. This percentage is for that, the format specifier. Greater than equal to get item. Get item is for returning the key on the object. I don't know, get new args. Then we have greater than, then we have hash, then we have it. You implement the iterator, we can call next on that, then less than equal to, then length, then less than. So for example, let's run this Python. So for example, we can say that hello greater than hello. Is it true or false? So it will tell you that it is false. Why it is false? Because it matches the characters with their ordinal values. What is ordinal values is this. Oh. And then this. So this is also known as lexical ordering of characters in programming terms, that, or rather when you want to talk about sorting in general of strings, it is called lexical ordering. Now let's try to invoke some functions where we have this string and we see what we can invoke on. We have capitalize, we have case fold, center, count, encode, end switch, expand tabs. So a lot of functions are there. So let's go with capitalize. And before we do that, we would like to see a help on str.capitalize. Okay. So it tells us that return a capitalized version of string, more specifically make the first character have uppercase and the rest lowercase. So this X which we have, if you see, it is hello world. Okay. So I would like to call hello world dot capitalize. Then you see the first H becomes uh, capital H. First character becomes capital H. Now let's look at another function, help str dot. I would like to look at case fold. Okay. So what it does is return a version of the string suitable for caseless comparison. So our X is capitalized, but we have not stored it. So we say that X dot capitalize. So now if you look at X, this would be hello world with capital X. Now we call capital case fold on that, X dot case fold. So all will become lowercase again. So if you have two strings hello world, and if you want to compare, now any character may be small, any character may be big. But if you want to do a case insensitive match, then you call case fold on that, those strings, and then you run the program. So you will have two equal strings for comparison. It is for case insensitive stuff. Similarly, you can do things like print X dot. Let's see what we want to invoke. Let's invoke title. So this also, it doesn't do much, okay, but we don't know yet. So let's see what it does. So it returns a version of string where each word case is title cased, that is capitalized. There is more description there. More specifically, words start with uppercase characters and all remaining case characters have lowercase. So let's create a string hello world and let's give a space. So we have two words. Now we call capital title on that. So see, both words were capitalized. So you go ahead and explore using BPython what different functions do. First read help on that and then they invoke properly. Next thing I would like to talk about is input. So input is taken with something like this input, and or before we don't know input yet, so we take help. So what it takes is, this is called prompt. Okay, it is an argument of a function. This input is a function. So prompt is an argument, keyword argument, which is empty string. If you don't give it, then it would be empty by default. And followed there is a slash, the trailing new line is slash. The prompt string, if given, is printed to standard output without trailing new line before reading input. Okay, read this again. The prompt string, if given, is printed to standard output without a trailing new line before reading input. If the user hits end of file on Unix, Control D, on Windows, Control Z plus return raises end of file error. On Unix system, readline is used if available. So readline is a library of GNU. We don't worry about that. So suppose we say input and we want to give a prompt. What is your name? Okay. So what it will do is it will ask me what is my name, and I can say there is no need to give a space Shiv. My name is Shiv, so it will print Shiv. Okay. But we want to, if we want to store it in a variable, what we can do is name is equal to input. So this time I give it Shiv. Now if you see print, print name, then it would be Shiv. Okay. So that's how you take keyword inputs. Remember that when you take input, it always returns a string. Always returns a string. So suppose we want to have age, okay, and we call this age keyword input. My age is 46. Okay. Now if you see print age, it will print 46. But if you look at the type of the age, it would be str. Okay. So how we can convert it to integer? Because if you add 10, if you try to add 10, for example, let's say I want to add 10, then it won't work. Can only concatenate string, not int to str. So I will never grow older. All right. So what we should do in that case is we can do something called casting. Casting is done by calling integer on age plus 10 and prints 56. Similarly, if you want to convert a number to a string, you call str10 and then you see what it prints. And on that, if you want to see the type of this, it would be 10. Okay. So I think we have covered a lot of details here, and we will continue more on this, but let's do something more. Okay. So what we can do more with the string, as you have seen, when you use plus, the two strings are joined or concatenated. Similarly, what you can do is you can say hello, hello, and you multiply with the number. Okay, 5. It will print hello 5 times. You can't do minus on that. Okay, say if you try to do hello minus, let's put something like this. Minus is not allowed. Okay, because sub is not implemented for this. Help str. You see these methods. We have add method here. That is why it could concatenate. But I don't think it will have sub method. Okay. We have less than equal to, greater than equal to. So GT and LE are there. So you can say that print hello greater than hello. So it would work because greater than is applied to this. Less than is done for string class. So these operators invoke the method underscore underscore GT and underscore twice underscore in the beginning and twice underscore at the end. Then we have LT less than, that is another operator overloaded function. So which is invoked when you do hello hello. So this is multiplication. Then there are things like split and join. Okay. So suppose I want to get all the characters of hello. So what we can do is we can do hello and then hello dot split, and we give empty string and it will be split. Okay, we have to do some separators. Space won't work. We have to, let's split on the basis of E. This, if we split on the basis of E, it becomes hello. And then we can call join on all this, and I think we can now pass empty string in join. This should be str.join, and we have the concatenation back. You can split and you can join. So for example, we take a list, okay? And list has 4, 5 or 6 characters, or whatever we need. So consider this is a list, okay? And we want to get hello from this. So what we can do is str.join and then empty string, and then we give it X. You see, it will join all those and it will give us hello. String is 0 based. So if you say what is at 0th location, H is at 0th location, then 1 has E, 2 has L, 3 has that, and 4 has O. Similarly, you can do negative indexing. X minus 1 is O, X minus 2 is L, X minus 3 is again L, and X minus 4 is E, and X minus 5 is H. You can do it both ways. Similarly, you can take string slices. So X, and you can say if you want to select full string H colon 5. So when you do H colon 5, it takes all the string 0 to 5. But if you do 0 to 4, the last O will be omitted. If you take 0 to 3, one more L will be omitted. If you do 2, then one E will be eliminated. At this moment, it is a list. Suppose X was a string. Hello. Oops. So now we do the same thing. We want to take the slice of the string and we have the full string. If we do 4, then hell will become, so the string is joined. So this way you can slice the string. Slicing is very useful in Python. Similarly, you can do -1, it will be O. Excuse me. So I think this video has been quite long and the strings we have not done. So this is just for you to get started, because I assume that you are a new person trying to learn Python. That is why I'm showing all these basic examples. So I'll end this video here, and I hope that you are finding this video useful for your programming lessons. And if you have any questions or comments or feedback or suggestion, make use of the comment box. And don't forget that you can go ahead and watch all these videos in the playlist at any point of time. I would recommend not to watch video 6, 7, 8, and 9 at this moment. The audio quality is low. Not the quality, the volume is low, because there is historic reason for that. These videos were recorded long ago. Okay, and I didn't use OBS that time. I was not even aware of. So there was lots of noise, electrical noise in that. So I had to attenuate the signal using something called Kdenlive video editor, and that brought the volume very low. Plus, I have to keep the input volume of microphone very low so that the minimum noise is there. So that is the explanation. So thanks for watching the video. I'll see you in the next one. And till then, sayonara.